Real local news on Oklahoma's own News 9. Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Tonight, Oklahoma City police say they're investigating a deadly shooting on the metro's northwest side. It happened in a neighborhood near Northwest 98th and Mustang Road. News 9's Hunter McKee joins us with the latest on this developing story.
Sylvia, police tell me they received a call from inside the home behind me that shots had been fired. When police arrived on scene, they found multiple victims. Officers responded to the scene around 7 tonight. When they got to the home, they found 2 victims who had been shot. One person was pronounced dead and the other was rushed to a local hospital in critical condition. Police say the suspect was also shot.
At this time, what we do know is the suspect has been injured. He is in custody at this time, and he is at the hospital receiving treatment for his injuries.
Police are still trying to determine if the suspect's gunshot wounds were self-inflicted. According to detectives, there was a small group gathered inside the home when gunfire erupted.
I'm not sure exactly if there was an argument that ensued or what the case was at this time.
Police say there are no other suspects at large at this time. The relationship between the suspect and victims remain under investigation.
I do know they know each other by some form or fashion. I don't know if they're related or if they're just friends.
We'll keep you updated as this story develops. You can keep up with the latest on the News 9 app. In Northwest Oklahoma City, Hunter McKee, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And Oklahoma City police are also investigating a second shooting tonight. This one happening at a gas station near MLK in Reno around 7:30 this evening. We know the victim is expected to be okay, and no suspect information has been released. The subject of a true crime documentary is one step closer to freedom. According to new documents, a judge filed an order last night granting Tommy Ward's relief, the man at the center of the John Grisham novel and Netflix documentary, The Innocent Man. This comes months after Carl Fontenot, who was convicted alongside Ward, was set free and ordered a new trial by a federal judge. Back in 1984, Fontenot and Ward were convicted for the kidnapping and murder of Donna Haraway in Ada. Friday, a judge dismissed the charges against Ward and ordered he be released from DOC custody. His family tells News 9 the news is an early Christmas present. All right, we're taking a live look from our Air Comfort Skycam network. Just a little cool today, a little windy.
Yeah, lots of sunshine, though, but it was a little cool out there. And we continue with those clear skies here at 11:20, a late Saturday evening here at 32 degrees, a west wind at around 6. As those dew points are holding on around 30. So temperatures with the wind starting to come back out of the south with those clear skies, kind of putting the brakes on. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s to low 30s here for the rest of the overnight. So a little cool for your Sunday morning, but not much wind to speak of, as we've had some snow here recently, 6.6 for the month of December, but it really doesn't matter unless it's Christmas week, right? At least a lot of kids believe that. We do have a chance of snow in the forecast. I'll let you know when, how much, and what it looks like for Christmas Day here coming up.
Coronavirus numbers continue to rise here in the state with 4,108 new cases in the last 24 hours. Right now, all 77 of Oklahoma's counties remain in the orange level, which is moderate alert level for COVID-19. 28 more Oklahomans have died from the virus, while nearly 3,000 more have recovered. Moderna's coronavirus vaccine begins shipping this weekend after the FDA approved its use. The first doses are expected to reach healthcare providers by Monday. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Capitol Hill are working to pass a COVID relief package that includes a new round of stimulus checks. And as the vaccine is being distributed across the country, many are starting to breathe a sigh of relief. But going into a couple of big holiday weeks, many medical experts are worried about a potential spike in cases after the holidays.
We couldn't be more grateful for what the state has done and what our health systems have done to get this vaccine out. But this does not mean that we let our foot off of the break of getting together. Yeah. So we need to buckle down to get through the December holidays for sure.
It is important to continue wearing your mask and to socially distance. And as we get closer to the holidays and the temperatures continue to fall, the Homeless Alliance hopes you can help others stay warm. With the cold nights we've already had and more to come, staff are looking for men's coats, gloves, and hand warmers. These are all needed this year more than ever because shelters in the area have had to cut down on their capacity due to the pandemic.
That took 300 beds out of the emergency shelter system in Oklahoma City. And so the increase we've seen has been in unsheltered homeless people.
We have more information on how and where to donate posted to our News 9 app. All right, do you have a favorite song for the holiday season? Oklahoma native Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood want to know. The country stars want your song requests for their holiday concert special. Just send in your requests on social media using the hashtag Garth and Trisha Live, and then tune in to hear all the holiday classics. That's Sunday night at 7:30 only on News 9. And we're taking a live look outside from our Air Comfort Skycam network. Today, not too bad, a little cool. We'll check back in with Justin, see what's in store in his 9-day forecast.
I mean, I've come a long way in such a short amount of time.
We brought you this story this summer. A woman survived a deadly DUI thanks to the emergency responders who pulled her from a burning car. We were there when she took her first step months later, and now we bring you another milestone. Tevis Hillis brings you our Something Good in tonight's story.
Tonight, Brandy Tony's not only celebrating her life, but also thanking the police officers who saved it.
We have entrapment in the fire.
On June 11th, Jorge Pena slammed into 3 victims in 2 cars, Brandy Tony being one. First responders acted quickly.
Someone bring me a fire extinguisher.
As the car was engulfed in flames.
They gave me my life back. That's what they did.
Now, 6 months later, she had the opportunity to meet and thank officers who saved her life.
It feels like family, and I can't thank these officers enough for saving me that morning.
The Moore Police Department was on the scene the early morning of summer. They say moments like this do not come as often as they would like, but when they get to celebrate a victory like this,
these are awesome. It validates what we do as a career and a profession.
As it took months for Tony to take her first steps, she still fights the uphill battle of recovery from this accident every day, but continues to enjoy life's moments.
I walked partway down the aisle and we got married.
Now she spends her time advocating against drunk driving.
If this story gets out and can save one person from going out and drinking and getting behind the wheel and driving, I've accomplished something in my life.
Tevis Hillis, Oklahoma's own News 9.
And we're always looking for the good stories in our community. You can send those story ideas to somethinggood@griffin.news. Justin, keeping an eye on the weather a little bit. The last few days I've had to crank up my heater, and I've thought, oh, it's chilly. But I think, we just got spoiled. It was just warm for so long.
Yeah, we were definitely spoiled in November and parts of December, but, it came slapping back. And here, back to reality the last week. 2 record snowfalls in the week, and you look outside right now. What snow? It is gone. That sunshine did warm us up into the 50s, but those overnight lows have been a little chilly. Guess what? Only 6 more sleeps until Santa arrives. Ooh. Get excited about that.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
Everybody frantically, what? There's 6 more days?
Oh gosh,
I haven't even started shopping yet. Looking ahead towards Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That is so true. A lot of people are out there, and I can say it's not me this year, finally. It's 24 to 39 for Christmas Eve, mostly sunny, a little breezy out there. Christmas Day, a little bit warmer. Morning low temperature of 27, 50 degrees during the afternoon. So, warm enough for maybe the kid and got a bike or anything to get outside and enjoy some of that sunshine just with a jacket. And by the way, obviously you can see no chance of a white forecast. Something you can see is a Christmas star viewing. Looking off towards the southwest, this will be Monday evening, the best viewing as the Saturn and Jupiter kind of look as one. So it's maybe a little bit brighter in the southwest sky. Again, you've seen social media going crazy with it. Again, it's not going to be this big beacon of bright light, but it is a little cool, especially with a telescope. You can see all the moons, the extra moons of the Jupiter there. Temperatures tonight, upper 20s to lower 30s as north winds become a south wind, and that'll be light for the rest of the overnight. So wind chills down in the 20s first thing tomorrow morning. If you're heading out and about, maybe doing some shopping, late minute shopping, or heading off to church, or just running an errand, as a weather storm moving off towards the east. A lot of rain across the southeast. For us, area of high pressure will dominate our weather not only tomorrow, but over the next couple of days, and that'll be a nice way of warming temperatures up, because we'll get in the backside of the area of low pressure, a south breeze, and temperatures 50s tomorrow. How about the 60s with sunshine Monday and Tuesday? Then, you know, here comes reality, a big Arctic blast. Thankfully, this is not hightailing its way straight south. This is heading off towards the southeast. So the main core of the bitterly cold air will go from the northern plains, the Great Lakes, mid-Mississippi Valley into the mid-Atlantic and northeast. So we'll get a glancing shot, but it will be cold and windy late Wednesday into Thursday, and then we'll moderate for Christmas Day. Still a little cool as we head towards next weekend, but overall, a dry looking 9-day forecast. And yeah, I did mention here in the tease there is going to be a chance of some flurries. I'll let you know here coming out, but as you can see on the that 9-day forecast, the big picture, it is looking quiet. No big winter storms heading our way. Upper 20s to low 30s overnight. A light south wind that'll take over. A northwest wind will take over as well. Tonight into tomorrow, a little breezy at times, a little bit of a cool northwest breeze, lots of sunshine. Temperatures into the middle 50s. We should be into the near 50, 49 is our official average high temperature. So actually above average with those middle to upper 50s and near 60 there in Altus and Lawton with lots of sunshine. Monday, how about that? Low 60s. We'll go 62 in Stillwater, 63 Hobart, 65 in Lawton. A light wind, so we say hello to 60s, and we continue with the 60s on Tuesday. But then here comes changes on Wednesday. Right now, it looks like the front might not make it until late in the day on Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. If it's later in the day, we could be up in the 50s, but I went 45 for a late afternoon temperature, and then cold Thursday, and the chance of flurries will come in Wednesday night into Thursday morning with that Arctic air. Not a big deal. A lot of us will just be sleeping through those couple of those flurries. Other than that, it looks sunny and nice for Christmas Day, and then next weekend above average into the middle 50s. Again, our average high temperature for this time of the year should be into the upper 40s.
Sure, that's Santa responsible for bringing in those flurries?
Yeah, we can give him credit, I guess.
Not you, right?
No, definitely not me.
All right, thanks, Justin. Oklahoma wins another Big 12 championship. Dean provides his thoughts. That's next in sports.
When winter weather hits,
4 to 6 inches for the Metro.
That's a scary ride.
It is all hands on deck.
David Payne and his team give you unparalleled coverage.
There are a lot of accidents.
Completely snow-packed, almost 4 inches.
Taking you on the scene.
The road is absolutely treacherous.
It's just nothing but a solid sheet of ice.
Need to be taking it super slow.
Unequaled experience, unequaled team. Count on Oklahoma's own News 9 and David Payne, the Oklahoma weather expert. Driven by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, this is News 9 Sports with Lee Benson.
Well, for the second time since the Big 12 championship game returned in 2017, Oklahoma had a chance today to avenge an early season loss. In 2018, the Sooners got back Texas. And today, sights were set on Iowa State. Both teams much better than the first meeting back in early October. Check out this nice toss by Spencer Rattler. In stride to Marvin Mims, who hit the Cyclones with a double move, 14-0 Sooners early second quarter. Rattler using his legs before halftime. Zone read keeper from 9 yards out. OU up comfortably 24-7 at the break. But Iowa State's defense would clamp down on the Sooners in the second half. Breece Hall got in the end zone twice to cut the lead to 3 after a Gabe Burkich field goal would extend the lead to 6 with 2 minutes to play. The Sooners defense shuts the door. Trey Brown, he's always coming up big in this game, picks off Brock Purdy to seal the victory. 27-21 the final in Arlington. Sports director Dean Blevins provides his thoughts.
Well, Lee, Oklahoma did what Oklahoma does, and that's strike early, get out to a big lead, then play smart football with more big plays and fewer mistakes than the opponent. And OU's ultimately the discipline was too much for the newcomer in this case. Championship game record goes to a staggering 11-1. And it started with quarterback play. Opening drive, Riley has Rattler walk off, faking an injury so he can roll the dice with the faster third-string true freshman Chandler Morris. Gets them on their heels. Riley called it Rattler's best game. Several next-level throws. This risky-looking throw layered over and under defenders to Hazelwood. Poised, no turnovers.
That feeling is great, especially within this year and how everything went. We didn't even know if we were going to play a game. And now we're holding trophies and winning, rings. So we're happy about that.
OU's defense this year, just a different breed of cat. Relentless pressure on Purdy. It ultimately made him crack 3 killer turnovers. Big Perrion Winfrey was a beast, bursting through double teams, forcing Purdy to eject early. Ferocious front seven held the nation's best back to a season-low 79 yards. Finally, can't not mention Trey Brown. Big again with 2 43-yard kickoff returns that led to scores and stopped Cyclone momentum after touchdowns. Beamer's bunch dominated special teams.
Great job by him and our whole kickoff return team, and then obviously the pick to end it. was a great individual play. Very reminiscent of over in the Cotton Bowl, just a couple of months ago. So I'm really proud of that kid. All he's had to overcome, and he's obviously been a really, really good player for us, and I think really taking another step this year.
Well, experience wins again over a good and gutty Iowa State team, but one that blinked and led to those game-deciding mistakes. OU's 60th conference title, not enough to get them back in the playoff for a 4th straight year. Looks like Cotton Bowl matchup with the SEC's Florida or Texas A&M. Lee?
All right, thanks a lot, Dean. It's been a tough week here at News 9 as we remember chief photographer Greg Blackwood. Greg had spotted for the Oklahoma radio crew the past 10 years. So today, Toby Rowland and the gang dedicated the broadcast to Greg. These are pictures of Greg's spot in the booth at AT&T Stadium. Toby tweeted out these pictures this morning saying this is the hardest game they've called in the last 10 years. No doubt Greg is pleased with the Sooners' win. We're back with more after this. Some more gold balls to hand out today. Oklahoma State's top 2021 signee Aiden Kelly in action as Thomas Fay Custer took on Cashin in the Class A championship game. Cashin won the first matchup between the two earlier this year. Already up 7-0 in the second quarter when Ben Harmon goes deep to Brexton Green right towards us with a 48-yard score. Wildcats up by 2 touchdowns at the break. But opening drive of the second half, here come the Terriers. Jackson Ward to Jackson Mannering. Big man gets up, gets the ball, sets up a short touchdown later to get within a score. But Cashin is unbeaten for a reason. Caden Harrell takes the handoff. It's tough to bring this guy down. Rumbles into the red zone, sets up this Harmon keeper on 4th and 1, and Cashin wins it 34-7 convincingly. First title since 1981. Earlier in the day, Washington meeting 2A defending state champs Metro Christian. Second quarter, Warriors trailing 14-3 when Chase Allison scores from a couple yards out to pull the Warriors within 4, but the Patriots score 3 more touchdowns in the second to take a 28-10 lead at the break. In the fourth, the Warriors trying to come back. Emmett Wilk to Jamison Holland from 9 yards out. Washington down by 10, but they could get no closer than 10. The Warriors didn't quit. Tremendous run by Wilk here. The last play of the game, he does score. It's 48-37 Patriots. They'll capture the gold ball for the 2nd season in a row. Let's go to the college basketball court. Sooners hosting Houston Baptist. Oklahoma running the break early. Teamwork makes the dream work, they say. Kirk Weth with the slam. To the second half now. Brady Manick playing in his first game as a college graduate. He drains the triple, rocking the headband at the LNC today. Houston Baptist hung around, but this is part of a 14-0 OU run. Victor Owuakor, thunderous slam. OU wins it 84-65. As for Oklahoma State, the Cowboys are on the road in Austin for a Sunday afternoon matchup with the Longhorns tomorrow. The Cowboys looking to bounce back from their only loss of the season. That is a 1 o'clock tip again in Austin. Good night.